thought you were all going.
Where is the station?
I thought you were all going home. No. Listen. No, thank you very much for waiting. We had a long afternoon. We just finished a meeting of the Security Council where the panel of experts for North Korea's sanctions committee, the panel of experts was prolonged. Before we had a meeting on Libya. It was a very good meeting where the Secretary General briefed the Council. You met him, of course, himself. He recalled his recent trip. He also gave an overview of the present situation. From the discussion of the Security Council, I can summarize it so far as there was a very strong support for the action of the Secretary General and the Special Representative Salameh. And around the table, everybody, of course, was very concerned about the situation, and the Secretary General had called for a ceasefire, and this was echoed also by the members of the Security Council. All said how important it is right now that we get to a ceasefire, and also around the table there was concern on the humanitarian situation. There have been deaths, there have been people who were displaced, so the concern was for the humanitarian situation, for the respect on human rights. There was also, with regard to all the refugees that are already there, their protection. This is something yesterday also Filippo Grandi had mentioned. And beyond a ceasefire, beyond the humanitarian situation, there was also, again, a very strong call around the table for a dialogue between the parties and a return on the political track. There was, again, everybody said there is no military solution to the issue, and there has to be a return to the political track, which we were actually on track, and you know all the plans of Mr. Salameh with regard to the national conference. So that was the gist of the conversation, of the debate we had this afternoon.
Is there an agreement on any kind of product from the Security Council?
Well,
do you expect that?
Well, this was not the object today. You remember that we had press elements that I conveyed to you on Friday, and it was clear also with regard to the engagement of the Secretary General. I mean, that the Secretary General spends 2.5 hours with the Council is also not happening daily. So this is something the Secretary General follows, the Security Council will follow, and we'll see what the further work of the Security Council will yield.
Yeah. On Western Sahara, what was the discussions about?
The Western Sahara was, of course, the discussion this morning, where we had a briefing of the personal envoy and we had a briefing of the special representative. Again, this was a very good meeting, and so far as both gave a very realistic view of the situation. It was clear that, it was not clear, but we heard that after the first round, where all the parties were together, where as such this was already a success. The second round was a round where there was agreement to continue the process, but there was a certain lack of tangible results. So what the outcome is that there is an agreement to have the next meeting, but what is also clear that with regard to the Western Sahara now, the expectation is that some concrete measures will be taken, in particular with regard to some of the possible confidence-building measures that need to be taken, be it clearing of mines, or be it with regard to having family visits, and there are some other measures.
Ambassador, you say Friday, and
and was repeated today too, that the Security Council is united, okay, in the situation in Libya. We're talking about Libya. But from Libya, the Libyan government in Tripoli has been saying the Security Council has to stop Haftar. So why the Security Council is not able to stop Haftar, and is some other country backing Haftar? And then in your national capacity, Mr. Ambassador, refugee...
I'm speaking in my national capacity, yes.
So again, well, in your national capacity as a European Union country, the Secretary General just before said that there is going to be a huge refugee crisis expected if the situation gets worse. Now, Europe in this moment, Italy in particular, are just pushing back any ship that is in the Mediterranean, pushing back the ship in Libya. So, in your capacity as a representative of Germany, what do you think about the policy of the European Union at the moment?
Well, I don't want to speculate about the political decision-making process in Brussels. I can only say what is here, what is happening here. And Germany was united with the others today looking at the present situation. And the present situation where you have a certain confrontation in Tripolis, the immediate need is for a ceasefire, and that was the common view around the table.
On the panel of experts, what happened to the proposal to expand the mandate of the panel of experts to include looking at the humanitarian impact of sanctions? That was proposed by China and Russia.
There was the panel of experts was prolonged in the present way. Of course, the humanitarian issues are looked at, and you know that there is a lot of concern. At the same time, what is always expressed is that there is a expectation from the North Korean government that they do everything to feed their people and not invest into nuclear armament.
Secretary General on Libya, he talked about the urgent need to relaunch a serious political dialogue. So can you share with us what's your understanding to this idea or approach?
I can only repeat what I said before. This was around the table. There was nobody who was saying that, okay, now there should be continuation of military means, but everybody said we have to go back to the political track and we have to come back to the dialogue, which was started with the effort of Salameh, so successful in Abu Dhabi a few weeks ago. Okay, one more question, and then thank you.
Is there any back and forth about who the new coordinator of the panel of experts is? And maybe because I know you can ask about
Yeah, I cannot tell you anything about the composition and possible changes. Sorry. Who is negotiating that? It's a good question.
Can I just ask one
Yes.
question on the DPRK? Have you agreed that the committee members will have briefings by OCHA? We understand that there was some negotiations between Russia.
Well, as I said, the mandate as such was prolonged, but of course, in the framework of the work of the committee, we had also contacts with people who are having, in particular, the humanitarian aspect in their minds, and we had this already in the last year. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.